Check 1-2. Quick set. Rebels block it. Stuffed by McKenna Stacy.
Rebel volleyball is on.
Rebels get a good pass. Set left side. Peart hits. Cross court. It's in there. It was deflected out of bounds, and the Rebels win 15-5.
After another appearance in the state title match last season, Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rebs hit the court again this year with title hopes and championship goals.
Hatch hits it down, and what a great angle for the kill and the win.
The trophy spent a year down south, but the Rebels hope to bring it back home at the end of October. Reloaded and ready to roll, the Rebels take the court with their eyes on the prize.
Rebels had 6 service aces in the first set.
Turn up the volume, Rebel fans, and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitor Bureau, by Jensen Wood Motors in Montpelier, Idaho, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha and Logan, MyLocalRadio.com, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Signs, and by Plains Tire.
It's cross court, it's in there, and the Rebels win 25-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard.
And now, Rebel volleyball fans, hang up your boots, crank up the volume, and get ready to roll as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Good evening and welcome back to Cokeville High School. Ryan Steineckert here as the Rebels finish up play at the Cokeville Tournament Championship of the Silver Bracket. Rich takes on Preston this evening. This match was scheduled to start 2 hours ago. Well, the JV was scheduled to start at 3:30. We're a bit behind. JV recently won over Preston 20-18 and 19-6. Varsity match coming up in a few minutes on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the four-way stop in Garden City.
Back on the Town of Randolph pregame show, brought to you by Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Rebels take on the Preston Indians for the second time this weekend. These teams met last night, and Preston won in 4, 25-21, 25-19. Rebels took set 3, 25-22, and Preston finished them off in set 4, 25-19. So they were close sets. but Preston did earn the win. Now, it's interesting to look at Rich played Evanston about the same as Preston did. Preston got swept in 3. Rebels played Mountain View tougher than Preston did. Preston got swept by Mountain View by a little more dominant scores. 18, 9, and 19 were the finals in that match against Mountain View, who is, I think, still alive in the championship bracket. Played a semifinal a few minutes ago against Cokeville. As for Preston, earlier today they went to 5 sets with Grace. Rich went 5 sets with Bear Lake. And then following that match, the match that just happened, Bear Lake beat Grace in 5 in the losers bracket, the consolation of the silver bracket. This is it's kind of a, I don't know, they call it the championship of the silver bracket. I don't know if it's really a championship, but that's what they call it, and it is the 2 teams that won earlier today. So it's Rich versus Preston here coming up in a few minutes. The Rebels and Preston again met last night, and that was the first time that Preston had beat Rich, according to my records. The Rebels did beat Preston in 2015 and in 2018. And the teams will meet again this afternoon on the court. I know, talking to some of the girls and a few of the parents, Rebels feel like they did not play well against Preston last night and feel like they can beat this team. They'll have to play a little bit better, and that might be tough. This is the 5th match for these teams just in the last 2 days, and so there may be some exhaustion situations. And coupled with that is that Rich, you've seen a lot of the same girls playing the JV and varsity matches as Coach Stewart tries to figure out who belongs where and who she wants to have in different rotations. So there may be even a little bit more exhaustion from Rich Rebels because of that kind of a situation. But we'll see how things go. This is your scene set on the Town of Randolph pregame show. And stay tuned. We'll talk with Coach Cindy Stewart when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cash Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Ryan Steineckert with Cindy Stewart of the Rich Rebel volleyball team. And Coach, yesterday at 0-3 day, you beat Preston 1 set last night. How are you feeling about the way you've started?
Well, we knew it was going to be a tough go. We have young girls and we have no experience, and we have 1 senior. So we knew it's going to be a growing year, a building year. And so we started passing better when we got the 1 from Preston yesterday. So we have to serve and receive. You know me.
It's a serve and receive game.
Simple game.
Has that been the biggest issue?
Yeah, we didn't pass well. Finally, Sage and Mackenzie and Amaya passed pretty good. And then in the last game, McKenna, Stacy picked it up. So we have no attack. Really got an attack yet. Amaya swinging good. But we have lots of room to improve.
Is there 1 or 2 things that you know, if you get that good pass and that good set, 1 or 2 things, little things that, you know, Amaya and others can do to hit better, and get fewer hitting errors? Yeah,
that's the thing. We had more hitting errors than we had kills yesterday. So season, because we have a really tough schedule, and so we're just going to take it one time and hope it prepares us for the state tournament and 1A state tournament.
You told me earlier this week that it was tough to figure out kind of nobody was separating themselves from others, and we've seen the JV have success. They've been winning their matches, the varsity not, and is that just because of that there's no real separation of
JV to varsity?
There really isn't. Yesterday early we played sophomores because it's a JV, and then we decided against Preston last night we started the juniors against as JV. They really are equally. They've all got their strengths and their physical abilities about the same, and there's no standout, and so they're scrambling as hard as we are trying to find somebody. They're all trying to find a spot. So.
Is that challenging for you to try to figure out who are you going to put out there each match?
Oh yeah, we don't even know. Usually you have at least one dominant player, and we're pretty even. And yeah, it's been real hard to find and it'll be a work in progress all season to find 6 that can complement each other.
You see some that are better at serving, but then maybe they don't move quite as quickly. So on the back line, the defense isn't as good, and vice, other things like that.
Yeah, what do you give up? You go put a good server in, they can't play any defense on the back row, or they can't pass, or they can pass, and so yeah, they're just going to have to quilt this team together in pieces.
That's a good thing about this tournament, though. You get a lot of matches, a lot of sets in, and you get to learn some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. I don't love the JV format where we just get 2 games to 19. That's kind of at least 2 to 25 or something, But it definitely getting a lot of touches, so we'll see what we can come up with.
Anything else we should touch on, Coach?
No, thanks, but thank you for coming and covering us.
Thank you for your time, Cindy Stewart. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Most of our limits we have in life come from the walls in our own mind. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown, Utah celebrate all students and staff in the Rich School District. Learning and education will help make that wall in your mind shorter, so it is easier to jump over. We encourage every student to reach their full potential through hard work, continued education, and focus.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
You've been tuned into the Town of Randolph pregame show, brought to you by Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Just about to get underway in this first set, but first, the Town of Laketown Ledger. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Rebels lost to Preston last night, and that was the first time that, according to my Town of Laketown Ledger, say that 5 times fast. According to my Laketown Ledger, that was the first loss the Rebels have suffered against Preston, Idaho. Now, teams have been playing volleyball for a lot of years. I don't have records that go back beyond prior to the 2006 season. But in that span, the Rebels are 2-1 against Preston. Hatch with the hit as Rebels serve receive. Her hit is blocked. And following the beginning serve, brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Preston leads 1-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels played Preston last night and went down 1-0 right off the bat in that match as well. Cornea sets in the middle. Hatch hits back corner too far, out of bounds. 2-0 on the hitting error. I heard Coach Stewart mention that has been an issue this weekend, hitting errors. She said more errors than kills yesterday. Adeline Cox with the serve just clears the net. Trineri, nice pass. Cornea sets high left side, and McKenna Stacy hits it through the block. Good power in a nice spot as she got it between the blocker's fingers, or between the blocker's hands, and to the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill for Stacy and the Rebels. Brings Shelby Burton in to serve. Hatch, Cornea, and Trineri up front. Walentine, Tingy, and Burton on the back row. Service by Burton just a bit long. Out on the service error. And the Rebels trail 3-1. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, Rich is the guest on that Stacy's Repair scoreboard in the bottom right corner of your screen. Service, Trineri receives high. Nice pass up to the net. Cornea sets, Trineri hits. Dug on the back line by Fitzgerald. Left side hit, Meek, cross court push. It hits the top of the net, rolls down, and a diving dig attempt by Trineri. Can't dig it up. 4-1 Preston on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And serving is, I believe, carried. Couple that with ponytails that block the number most of the time, and boy, meant for a challenge. Pat numbers. Either way, Rebels trail 4-2 and have the service. Taya Peterson running skip serve, passed up front, quick set in the middle, and the Rebels can't dig it up. 5-2. That quick set has been the difference between these two teams yesterday and today so far. And Preston beat Rich yesterday 3-1. Meek with the service, back line, passed up front by Tingy. Cornea sets in the middle, Wallenstein hits, blocked and then kept in the air. Set up high left side, Fitzgerald hits into the net. And the Rebels are back to within 2, 5-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. JC Cornea drops back to serve. Back line, Coons, the libero with the dig, set up left side, Fitzgerald hits long. Stacy swung at it but missed, maybe missed slow on purpose because she realized it was going to keep going too far beyond the line. And either way, it worked out. Rebels with the point. Serve down the line. Epic Recreation. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Rentals and more at epicrecreation.net. Cornea's serve hits the top of the net and just rolls back on the service error. Second error of the set, serving for Rich. Marty Almond serves. Good pass by Stacy. Cornea high and outside. Big hit by Trineri, and the dig goes into the middle of the court. Nobody can get to it for Preston. We're tied at 6 after a Bear Lake Realty kill from Amaya Trineri, the sophomore. Outside hitter for Rich. Will drop back and serve. Maya can't quite get it over the net. Third service error of the set for the Rebels. Almost half of Preston's points have come off of Rebel service errors. That's 3. Rich trails 7-6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And Preston returns the favor with a serve into the net. I believe that's Cassidy Panther. We're 7. A carry to me, but they keep going. Stacy passes high. Rebels able to pass up front and get it over the top. Rich trailing 12-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Another Epic Recreation block of the game. Hatch gets the chance to, after the block, hit it into the corner, and she does. Finds the back corner, and Rich trails by 1, 12-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Apologies on that little bit of choppy coverage there for a bit. Our internet provided by Cokeville High School has worked so well all weekend and just dropped out from underneath me the last minute or two. Rebels service, Taya Peterson set up, quick set, hit to the back line by Fitzgerald. Preston back up by 2, 13-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll have to keep an eye. I'm using my phone as a hotspot to see how that works out for the next few minutes. Jordan, keep an eye on that for me. Let me know if it gets choppy again. Tingy passes up front. Cornea in the middle. Wallenstein misfires on the hit into the net. 14-11. Rebels trail on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Served up again by Meek of Preston. Rich sets it up and hits cross court. Wallenstein looking for this near side back corner and just misses outside. 15-11. Preston starting to pull away just a bit here in the last minute or two. Rebels were within, actually we were tied at 10. It's a 5-1 run for Preston since that point. Meek serves again to the sideline and misses on the service. It's an error. Brings Rich back to within 3, 15-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. JC Cornea serves. Fitzgerald passes up front. Panther sets left side. Fitzgerald hits down the line, and it was out. Point to the Rebels. Cornea will serve again. This time can't quite clear the net. 6 service errors in this first set alone. First set is brought to you by Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Rolene Kennedy. Serving is Aumann. Marty delivers to the back line. Rebels dig it up under the net on the serve receive. 17-13. Rich playing a bit flat-footed, low energy. And maybe Coach Stewart is prompted to take a timeout because of that. Timeouts are brought to you by T7 Propane, Propane and Woodruff on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is Rich County's representative. As a mother and grandmother of Rich High graduates and current students and a longtime resident of Randolph, Rolene is familiar with your needs and will work to provide you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a new car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Play hard and go Rebels.
We were tied at 10. Since then, Preston's gone on a 7-3 run. Has the serve, and will send Marty Aumann, a senior middle blocker, back to serve. High rainbow. Taya Peterson digs the serve receive. Set up for Kendall Staple, and she hits it back corner just long. 18-13. Rebels trail. Again, lost set one yesterday, 25-21. Aumann's service hits the net, rolls over the top, and drops for the service ace. Rebels have 6 service errors in this first set, and that's the difference in the score right now, 19-13. To the back line, Peterson passes up front. Cornea into the middle. Kendall Staple hits, it's blocked. Rebels able to dig, set it up in the middle, and Staple, touch attack, nice spot in the corner right in front of the net. And the Preston Indians dig it, can't control it, and Rich trails 19-14 after that point on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Mackenzie Smith into serve. Staple, Tingy, and Stacy on the front line. Smith. Service error number 7. That one too low and into the net, and every Rich Rebel struggling with the service. That's 7 errors on the serve in this set. It's killing them right now. Pancake dig for Peterson, but it's off to the side. 21-14. Preston leads after a second service ace in their last 3 serves. Panther to deliver again, and this time Rich gets a good pass. Cornea sets in the middle. Staple hits, and she's stuffed. 22-14. Rich has got to find some intensity and some energy, some emotion. He's playing real flat right now. 22-14, Panther. Cornea behind her with the serve receive. Rich scrambles and can't control it. Another service ace. And Panther's delivering some nice serves. This is nothing special though. Rich just not doing a good job on the serve receive. Senior Cassidy Panther, the setter, serves again. Stacy gets off a good pass. Cornea back set for Tingy, who hits. It's deflected, kept in the air, and pushed to the left side. Fitzgerald hits. Rebels block, and Rebel is in the net. 24-14. Set point, Preston. Again, Preston went 5 sets with Grace. Bear Lake beat Grace in 5 sets earlier today. Panther hits into the net. A service error is the 5th of the set for Preston. A lot of service errors for both teams. And Kendall Staple will step back to serve for Rich. Kendall just clears the net. A great serve. It's bumped right back over on the overpass. Stacy hits, blocked right back to her. Rebels dig it out, set it up. It's passed up high and punched over the net. Kendall passes up front. J.C. Cornea back set. Tingy hits, blocked right back to Rich. They'll set it up again with the pass. Hatch hits down the line. Passed up high, set to the net left, high and outside. Rebels keep it alive with a pass. Stacy pushes to the back line. Then a back set for Preston. Back row, passed up front by Trineri. Passed across. Stacy hits hard. Was it deflected? No. Preston wins 25-15 as Stacy's hit went long and out. And Preston leads in the match 1-0. This first set has been brought to you by Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Rolene Kennedy.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Taya Peterson. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
If you've struggled to get a vehicle because of some bumps in your credit, then come to the all-new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group. We have over 20 different lenders ready to help you reestablish your credit with a quality new or pre-owned vehicle. Good credit, bad credit, bankruptcy? Let the new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group try to help you. Call our credit hotline today and ask for Jeff or Dave to get pre-approved for your next vehicle. Call 307-789-3151 today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
That first set was close through the first bit of it, 10-10. Rebels actually had a 10-9 lead. Preston went on a 6-1 run and made it 15-11, and then just buried the Rebels from there. In fact, Rich was outscored 14-5 to close out that first set. Our second set is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell. And I believe Rich will have the service to start this second set. Beginning serve of each set brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Didn't have any Crawford Trophy aces in that first set, and that was another issue. Rich with 7 service errors. Mackenzie Smith to start with the service for Rich, and we start set 2 where we left off in set 1. A service error puts Preston on top 1-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. That's 8 service errors in this match, and we're 1 point into the second set. Carry to Spain, the junior, back to serve for Preston. She'll deliver one that just clears the net. Trineri with a good pass. Cornea dump set. Indians dig it up. They'll set, hit, blocked. Rebels keep it alive just barely and pass it over. Set left side, Meek punches it across. Diving dig by Tingy. Rich sets it up. Hatch in the middle. Hit is blocked by Fitzgerald, and she drops that one to the floor. 2-0 Preston. Fitzgerald and Aumann have good height, long arms, and that's those kind of combination has caused the Rebels a lot of trouble against this Indians team. Cornea sets high and outside. Trineri hits, stuffed, dug by Hatch. Passed and hit to the back line. Stacy hits it across. Preston scrambling a bit, but they pass it over and out. Rebels get the point on the miss hit by Coons, the libero. So Rich has the service. Taya Peterson jogs back, picks up the mintonette. Is that what it's called? Peterson winds and delivers the service. Fitzgerald passes. Quick set in the middle. Aumann hits, and Stacy digs to the back wall. 3-1 on the kill from the Preston Indians. Fitzgerald easy to pick out. She's got that wide white headband and the ponytail. Tall, slim figure. Rebels overpass. Cornea able to dig the hit by Fitzgerald. Rebels set it up, but Peterson mishits. And it's 4-1 Preston in set number 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Rebels have started the season 1-3, swept yesterday by Evanston Mountain View, and then lost to Preston 3-1. A service error for the Indians, 4-2. Rebels down by 2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. JC Cornea to serve. Rebels need some serves to go over the net. Cornea does so this time. Set up for Almond. She'll hit back line. Rich digs it up. Passed and pushed over the net. Fitzgerald receives. Second touch back to Fitzgerald, and she'll hit. Rebels partially block it. It was hit back over, then tapped back to Rich. Stacy digs, set up left side, high and outside to Trineri. Hit down the line, dug by Almond, I believe. Set into the middle, and Meek's little tap hits on the wrong side of the net for Preston. Rebels earn the point and trail 4-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Cornea serves again, just clears the net. A service ace brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Evanston, the place to eat and, in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. The Crawford Trough is open after every Rebel home game. And they've got some delicious food. The home cut fries, they're awesome. Set up high and outside to Fitzgerald, hit down the line over Cornea's head and drops in on the back line. 5-4. Cornea looked like she ducked, thought it was going to be out, and let it go by. Service. Rebels receive. Not a great pass, but they're able to keep it alive and bump it over. Set up high and outside. Fitzgerald again down the line, but this time a bit outside. Rebels tie it at 5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Amaya Trineri back to serve. Our beginning serve of each set brought to you by the station in Randolph. Trineri from under the basketball hoop serves. It's shanked off to the side. A Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace for Amaya Trineri. Rich leads 6-5. First time they've led since midway through the first set. It was 10-9. Rebels. Trineri serves again back line. Passed up front by Almond. Set high and outside of Fitzgerald. Blocked. Rich keeps it alive. Passed by Cornea and passed over by Trineri. Just clears the net. Not a great set, and Preston just gets it over. Passed by Trineri, but nobody can get to it. It was a low pass, and it went the wrong direction backwards. And the side out gives Preston the point and the service. We're tied at 6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Panter back to serve for Preston. They're in the long sleeve blacks toward us, serving toward us and left to right at mylocalradio.com. Rebels get a good pass, hit it across. Not a real strong hit. Coming the other direction, a pretty good strong hit into the corner by Fitzgerald. 7-6, Preston back on top. Cassidy Panter with the right hand delivers the serve. Stacy passes, set by Cornea, hit by Stacy, blocked over Stacy's head and out of bounds. And the Rebels tie it at 7 on a Bear Lake Realty kill from McKenna Stacy. Kills brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. If you're looking for beachfront, room with a view, secluded mountain retreat, maybe a timeshare or a house that you can own, use some of the time, rent out other times, and let it pay for itself, visit BearLakeRealty.com to learn more or talk with Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City. The officials confer. They agree with each other that it was a block hit out by Preston. Rebels get the point. Preston returns, and then Rich sets up the attack. Tingy's shot blocked. She'll receive set it up across court for Stacy. Her shot is blocked. Rich passes it back across, and Preston sets up the attack. Almond hits down the line. Cornea hits it high, but Rich was in the net on Preston's hit, so the Indians retake the lead 8-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Senior Heather Fitzgerald steps back to serve for Preston, leading by 1. Good pass by Wallenstein. Rich sets it up outside, and this time Stacy hits it into the net on the attack. That set was a bit too far to the outside, and McKenna couldn't adjust quickly enough. 9-7 Preston. Serve down the line. Wallenstein passes off to the side. Not a great pass, and Cornea pushes it over on the third touch. Fitzgerald passes up front. Meek sets it or uses a two-hand touch attack to the corner, and a precision play by McKenna Stacy to let that one drop. Precision plays are brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Care at reasonable rates for the whole family. That's McKay Frankham DDS in Evanston. Here's the set, the hit, deflected. Wallenstein dives but can't control. 10-8. Preston leads on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Set number 2. Preston took the first set 25-15, which was their most dominant victory, including wins last night, 25-21, 25-19, and 25-19. Rainbow serve, easy pass for Trineri. She makes a nice one. Set up, McKenna Stacy hits. It's off the top of the net and rolls down to the floor. One little touch that was nowhere near controlling for Preston, and Rich trails by 1, 10-9 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set number 2. Again, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mackenzie Smith checks in to serve. The freshman has been consistent today for the most part. A couple of service errors in this match, but gets it across this time. Set up, Meek hits down the line too long beyond the back line, and we're tied at 10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. So Smith will serve again. Rebels still looking for a service ace. They've had 2 Crawford Trough service aces in the second set. Hit deflected by the block and over the top of the fingertips to the floor. Preston right back on top, 11-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. McKenna Stacy checks back in. Cornea Hatch up front. Stacy Tingy and Amaya Trineri get set to receive this serve. Trineri, nice pass up to Cornea, back to Trineri, high and outside, touch attack over the top. Happy birthday back up there, and Hatch punches it down on a Bear Lake Realty kill as Preston's dig went back up to over the net, and Hatch just went up and popped it down. Shelby Burton checks in to serve, tied at 11 in set 2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Burton delivers down the line. Meek passes up high near the net. Little quick back set. Fitzgerald pushes toward the corner. The Rebels able to dig it up. Pass and pass it over. Toward the middle. Here's the quick set again, and Rebels able to dig. Cornea sets left side. Trineri, touch attack. Drops right down to Panther, who was up for the block, came down and then passed it over. Rebels diving dig attempt, and Rich sets it up for McKenna Stacy. Burton with the Pugstone Sporting Good dig of the game. Rally still alive. It went back to Rich, back to Preston, over to Rich. Passed over by Wallenstein, then set quick attack, and the score for Preston's Adeline Cox. I believe, no, that was not Cox. That was Larissa Knapp, the senior. So a long rally going back and forth. Still, Burton is a candidate for the Pugstone Sporting Goods dig of the game. Meek with the service. Boy, strong serve. Trineri, good pass, set into the middle. Wallenstein hits back corner. Coons digs. It's a scramble, but Preston is able to pass it over. McKenna Stacy passes up front. Amaya Trineri hits between the blocker's hands. Knapp was there, but Trineri just shot it, threaded the needle right between Knapp's 2 thumbs, and we're tied at 12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. JC Cornea delivers the serve. Coons overpass, and Amaya Trineri says, I've got the hops, so just knock that one back down. Happy birthday, Bear Lake Realty kill, 13-12. Rebels lead by 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Cornea serves again. Fitzgerald, good pass up front. She's set up for the hit. Trineri goes high and passes it in the air. Trineri gets the set, hits to the back line. Meek passes up front, quick set. Rebel block. Amaya Trineri with the epic recreation block of the game. Now we're starting to see some emotion and better energy from the Rebel defense. And all around, Coach Cindy Stewart comes out to give double high fives as Rebels have really turned it on in the last couple of minutes. Rich leading 14-12, a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout. We'll take 1-2 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ever since 1871, when Joseph C. Rich surveyed the town site, the town of Woodruff has been a thriving ranching community. Settlers were attracted by the broad valley and green grasses, the mountain trout in the streams, the elk and deer herds in abundance, and the neighbors were friendly. That's how people still are today. Visit Woodruff, and you too will experience that friendliness. It's everywhere. It's the town of Woodruff, Utah, where we're proud of our rich Rebels.
Set number 2, Rebels on top, 14-12. Cornea's serve, back line, Almond passes, back set, punched over by Knapp. Rich able to dig, set, and hit by Wallenstein. Doug Coons on the back line, quick dump set. Happy birthday pass goes back over the net, and Preston hits it down to end a little bit of a rich Rebel rally. Rebels had scored 4 straight, but that comes to an end, and Rich leads by 1, 14-13. Knapp with the service. Rebels, good pass, set in the middle. Wallenstein hits cross court. It was deflected and goes out. Rebels with the point. Bear Lake Realty kill for Allie Wallenstein. 15-13. Rebels up by 2. Amaya Trineri set to serve. Could really use another Crawford Trough ace here. We'll see what Amaya gives us. Back line. Meek, pretty good pass up front. Long set high and outside of Fitzgerald. Big hit. Diving dig, and Cornea chases it to the wall but bumps it over to Preston's side, out of bounds. 15-14. Indians get the point. Cassidy Panther set to serve. The Rebels have had trouble when she serves, and again, it's not an overly great serve. It is good, and the Rebels misplay it here. A poor serve receive leads to a service ace. I think it's just partly the rotation, and then the floater serve has a little bit of movement on it for Panther. This one just rolls up over the net. Stacy receives it to the Rebel bench. 2 service aces in a row. Puts Preston back on top, 16-15 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. In the championship of the Cokeville tournament, Mountain View and Lyman will face off in the next few minutes. Wallenstein receives the pass, receives the serve, passes set up for Stacy. She hits hard, too hard, out of bounds, but a Preston Indian in the net, so we're tied at 16. Rebels get the point. Sydney Hatch set to check in. Burton gets a breather. Hatch, Stacy, and Tingy up front. Cornea, Trineri, and Wallenstein on the back row with Allie serving for Rich. Wallenstein, the running jump serve, goes cross court. Fitzgerald, not a great pass, but keeps it alive. Passed up high again and passed over. Trineri, pass up front. Cornea back set for Tingy, who hits cross court to the back line. Meek, not a good pass up at the net, and nobody can play it. 17-16, Rebels earn the point and retake the lead. Rebels lost the first set, 25-15. We're in set 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Wallenstein, running jump serve, just clears the net. Coons, a pass too low, too far under the net. A service ace for Allie Wallenstein, brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Open after every Rebel home game. Wallenstein to serve again, running jump. And Coons, not a great pass. Again, Tingy goes up, Stacy goes up and taps it down. But Preston able to set it up. A block, Coons with a diving dig. That was a big stuff by the Rebel defense. Bumped or passed over. Rebels pass, and Stacy pushes to the back corner. What a spot by McKenna Stacy. Preston dug it up, scrambled a bit, but couldn't control it, and Rich leads 19-16 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout on the court for Preston. We'll take one as well on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's fun helping each customer find the best vehicle for their needs. I'm Tracy Lawley, and I've worked with my brother Kirk for 23 years. Back in 1969, my grandfather Donnell Jensen sold a customer this 1969 Dodge Charger. Years later, I had the opportunity to sell that same customer a new Dodge truck. And we continue to have the opportunity to serve his children and grandchildren. If you're buying a car from someone who isn't having fun, you should definitely come see me before you sign on the dotted line.
Rich feeling some momentum, some emotion, and they lead 19-16 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Wallenstein serves, backline. Coons, pretty good pass this time up to the setter. And Fitzgerald hits. Trineri digs and gets it almost back to me. And Preston gets the side out. That was 4 straight points for the Rebels. 4-0 run. Rich leads by 2. Fitzgerald serves. Wallenstein, good pass. Cornea sets high left side. Stacy hits back line. Fitzgerald digs. And Panther sets. Meek hits too far. Trineri played it at the last second, deflected it back out of bounds. It would have been close, but I think it would have been out had she let it go. Tough split-second decision. Easy to talk about making the right decision from my perch up here on the mic with the microphone. 19-18. Rebels lead by 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Fitzgerald serving. The young Rebel team. No seniors on the court now, and Fitzgerald's serve hits the top of the net, rolls up over the top for a service ace. 1, 2, 3, 3 service aces for Preston in this second set. Brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Fitzgerald serves again. Wallenstein passes Cornea. Back set for Tingy. Hits cross court. Dug by Panter. Pass from Coons. Back row to Fitzgerald. She hits. Trineri passes high. Bounces a time or two in the rafters. Drops and nobody gets it. Cornea was headed one way. Had to stop and head back the other way. Couldn't get there in time. And Preston's back on top 20-19. Fitzgerald serves. Again, clips the top of the net. This time Trineri able to dig it up. Hatch hits, deflected by the block. Doug Coons almost makes a basket on the practice hoop. And we're tied at 20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll send Sage Tingy back to serve. She gets a quick whistle and delivers a high rainbow serve back line. Fitzgerald, not a good pass. Panter passes and Meek passes over. Wallenstein, pretty good pass up front as she was moving toward her back. And Stacy gets a good hit. Fitzgerald digs. Pass by Coons. Fitzgerald hits, and another good pass from Wallenstein. Cornea sets left side. Hatch hits. Back line. Got it in there. Sydney Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill. And that's another McKay Frankham precision play of the set as Hatch crushed it right on the back line. That may be the best hit I've seen this weekend. Very nice Bear Lake Realty kill. Service again for Tingy. Set up in the middle. Quick set. Blocked by Hatch. Gets over the top of her hand. Strineri dives but can't get underneath it. We're tied at 21 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Let's see if this Rebel team can turn it back around as Adeline Cox, the junior, checks in to serve for Preston. Again, the Indians serving left to right and toward us on mylocalradio.com. Cornea sets in the middle. Stacy hits. Dug by Panter. A high pass, then another high pass, and Fitzgerald smacks it too deep. Rebels retake the lead 22-21 in a close match. First set was won by Preston, 25-15 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels sub in around the rotation, and Mackenzie Smith checks in to serve. Could really use another Crawford Trough service ace here. We'll see what we get from the freshman. Down the line, strong serve. It was pushed by Meek, barely kept alive, passed and pushed over to Rich. Rebels struggle a little bit and pass it over as well. Quick, high and outside for Meek, and she tips it over the top of the block and down to the floor. A nice diving effort by Tingy, but she couldn't get underneath it. We're tied back up at 22 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And Carrie Despain, a junior outside hitter, serves. Just clears the net, overpass. Coons passes, quick set, tipped right back by Rich. Amaya Trineri showing some quick feet. Set up over the top of the net. Rebels are right there, set for Trineri. She'll tip it across, just a touch attack over the block, and Preston returns it right back. Rich sets again for Trineri. This time she hits hard and a bit too hard. 23-22, Preston retakes the lead late in set number 2. Seeing a little bit of chatter from the Rebels. Come on, girls, we're okay. Let's get this back. And that'll get it back. That's one way, as a service error that was very, just an errant serve. Second service error of the set for Preston, and Shelby Burton checks in to serve for Rich. Needing 2 points to win a second set, or win this second set would be a first set win of the match. Fitzgerald hits from the back line. Decent dig by McKenna, and then passed over by Rich. Set up high and outside. Meek hits, blocked, and Rich is able to dig it over. Maya Trineri. Long cross-court set. Meek pushes across. Trineri tries the touch attack and tip it over, and just a little too soft, like Happy Gilmore. Go to your home, ball. That's your home. A little short on that touch attack. 24-23. Preston with a set point, leading 1-0 already. We're in set 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Rebels need a great pass, or a good, solid pass here to stay alive. Meek serves. Good pass by Trineri. Cornea passes, and Trineri passes over. Not a good pass. Quick set, hit. Rebels can't dig it up. Preston wins 25-23 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and the Indians lead 2-0 in the match. This second set has been brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabey, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live. Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Preston took the first set 25-15. Rebels had a lead late in set 2, gave it up and couldn't get it back. Preston wins the second set 25-23. And set 3 coming up, brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Rich had 7 service errors in the first set. They cut that down to just 1 in set 2. And 1, 2, 3 added 3 service aces. But Preston, 1, 2, 3 service aces and 2 service errors in the second set. A lot of service errors for Rich against 7 in the first set. Really doomed them. Preston will have the service to start set number 3. Beginning serve is brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. And not sure who this is for Preston. Oh, there's the Adeline Cox with the service. Tingy receives. Good pass. Hatch hits. It's an overpass on the dig. And Rich sets it up again. Hatch hits and a carry by Rich. So for the third straight set, Preston takes a 1-0 lead. Back to serve is Adeline Cox again. Strong serve. Tingy, good pass. Cornea passes to the side, and Staple passes it over down the line in the corner. Panter, funny back set over her head, but the Rebels able to dig. Set it up. Staple hits, and reaching out Cox at the last second with one hand. If she lets that go, I think it would have been long, but she played it, and we're tied at 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Stacy, Wallenton, and Tingy in the back row. Hatch, Cornea, and Staple on the front row. That's 2 juniors. 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, I believe. Yeah, Wallenton, Hatch, and Staple, all juniors. Rich confused on the rotation. They have to ask for a little bit of help there, and that's some of what happens when you're moving players in and out, and it's a different lineup from one set to the next. Mackenzie Smith will check in, and Teresa here to my left is saying, yeah, that's what it should be, right? That's Teresa knew. Daughter Mackenzie should be serving at this point. The freshman winds up and delivers. Fitzgerald with a good pass up front. Back set by Panther. Hit way long. Did the Rebels deflect it? No. That hit was just about long enough to get to Montpelier. Smith serves. Passed up front. Set high left side for Meek. Touch attack and gets over the block and drops in. Tied at 2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Just got a text from a friend, a colleague who broadcasts the Mountain View and Lyman matches. Those teams are playing each other for the championship of this Cokeville tournament. Then the organizers are debating whether to move that match into here. That would force him to pack up all of his equipment and move all of his equipment into here to then broadcast that match. He's saying, we need Rich to win a set or two here so I don't have to move all my equipment. We want Rich to win a set or two here so they can come back and win this match. Trailing 2 games to none. Taya Peterson checks in, but Rich leads 3-2 in the set. Taya serves. Panther quick set, hit, dropped in. Rebels just caught flat-footed. Nothing they could do, and the quick hit, the low quick set. Now the Rebels are forced to do a quick burpee because that ball hit the hardwood. Meek serves. Sage Tingy overpass, slapped back down by Knapp. And Preston back on top 4-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Sage Meek, the junior, to serve again. Preston on top 4-3 there, the home team on that Stacy's Repair scoreboard. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Rich sets it up, Wallenstein hits. Deflected by the block, set up. Fitzgerald hits into the net. Mistimed her hit, and we're tied at 4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. JC Cornea back to serve for Rich. Use a Crawford Trough service ace here. We'll see what we get. Good pass. Panther pushed over the net, and Wallenstein with a nice pass. Cornea back set. Tingy hits, blocked. And Rich just not ready as that hit was made. Too many players just kind of standing there watching rather than getting in position with those hands out and ready to go. And then when the ball is deflected, blocked back to them, they're not ready. Pass up the service. Cornea sets across court. Wallenstein blocked. Rebels dig. Cornea sets it up again for Allie. Hit down the line in the corner. Great spot for Allie Wallenstein with the Bear Lake Realty kill. And we're tied at 5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That's part of that adjustment to the speed of the varsity game that these young Rebels will have to continue to make as the season goes on. Meek passes high. Panther passes way to the left side on the set. Rebels dig. Nice job by Peterson. Staples' pass doesn't quite clear the net on the third touch. 6-5, Preston leads on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, leading 2 games to none. They took the first set fairly convincingly, 25-15. Rebels were real close as you can be, 25-23 in set 2. Cornea sets in the middle. Wallenstein hits. It's blocked. Peterson is there for the dig. Set it up again. And Stacy has to step back on a set that was too far behind her. And by then, she'd lost momentum, set it or hit it into the net. 7-5. Preston with the 2-point lead, and Panther serves again. Stacy passes up front. Nice one to Cornea. Set up in the middle. Wallenstein hits cross court. Trying to go out to the corner and misfired quite a bit. 8-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. There's the whistle, and Cassidy Panther delivers the serve again. Staple gets off a good pass. Rich sets it up. Stacy hits, deflected by the block. Pancake dig from Meek, and Fitzgerald punches it over. Peterson with the good dig. Set up again in the middle, and Wallenstein sees a hole in the defense, tries to tip it there, but just a little soft. Can't quite clear the net. That was the right spot to go. Good vision by Wallenstein. Just execution didn't quite get the ball over the net. Panther gets a funny toss. She ducks under the ball, and she'll get another try. Cassidy hits into the net. Service error. 9-6. Rich trails by 3. And the way this Rebel offense works, they can't get much further behind because they just, as Coach Stewart has said, don't have a consistent terminator. Someone to get points, that big high and outside swing. Valentine serves, high set, way up high and left. Rebels block. McKenna Stacy, epic recreation block of the game. Preston keeps it alive with the dig. Fitzgerald, then Staple digs, and Rich sets it over. Dump set by Stacy. Coons passes high, back line. Meek hits back row, just out. That back line judge says out. Preston thought it was in, but much like me, they just don't have the angle to make that call from where they're at. I'll be honest, from where I'm at, I agree with Preston. I thought that was in, but I'm a good 30 yards away at the wrong angle to make any kind of opinion about whether that was in or out. So Allie Wallenstein will serve again. Rich trails 9-7. And she serves into the net. Service error, the first of the set for Rich. Preston fans might be thinking, ball don't lie. I think if the roles were reversed, I'd be thinking, ball don't lie. Fitzgerald serves, and she just clears the net. Wallenstein with a good pass. Cornea sets high left side. Hatch hits between the defense. Preston scrambles a bit, and Fitzgerald passes it over her head. Cornea, Sage Tingy sets in the middle. Stacy hits. It's deflected. Panther passes high, and Almond slaps it across. Rebels scrambling back, clear back at the back line. Staple hits over and out. Misfires 11-7, and this is a critical point for this Rebel team. Heather Fitzgerald again to serve, the tall, thin right-handed server. Staple receives. Stacy touches a carry, 12-7. That's another tough serve from Fitzgerald, and the Rebels down by 5. Set number 3 is brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Fitzgerald puts a lot behind that serve, and Rebels get a decent pass. Tingy hits to the back line, a little too long, out of bounds, 13-7. And you can see the worry, the concern in the Rebels' faces and emotions. Got to somehow get this momentum back. Fitzgerald serves. Wallenstein passes up front. Cornea dump set. Set up high on left side, Meek. And again, Rich caught flat-footed. Meek didn't do anything special, just dropped it into the donut of the defense. And the Indians are doubling up the Rich Rebels 14-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Preston beat Rich last night 3-1, and they're 11 points away from beating Rich this afternoon 3-0. Hatch tips it over. Panther digs. Coons passes back line. Fitzgerald slaps it across. Good pass from Staple. Cornea left side. Hatch hits into the net. Roll attack came off a little too much roll, little not enough attack. And it's 15-7. Preston on a big run. Rebels have been stuck at 7 for a while. Staple passes up front. Cornea passes again on the set, and Stacy hits into the net again on the roll attack. Too much roll, not enough attack. Rebels were down 9-7. This is a 7-0 run that continues and ends there. Service error into the net. Keeps the Rebels alive. 16-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Sage Tingy, sophomore, steps back, dribbles, and serves. Long one back line. Coons pass up front. Panther sets. Fitzgerald passes back line too far. That set was not what Fitzgerald was looking for, and she just hit it too long. So Tingy will serve again. Back line. Coons again. Pass up front. Panther high left side. Meek hits hard between the block and out of bounds off the Rebels. 17-9. Preston with the lead. Third set is brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. We're going to need some serious epic recreation blocks, Pugstone Sporting Goods digs, and McKay Frankham precision plays if Rich is going to come back in this one. Adeline Cox serves. Rebels get a good pass, set it up. Stacy pushes to the back corner. Fitzgerald digs it and passes up front. Back set, hit, blocked by the Rebels. Dug up, kept alive. Cornea bumps or passes near the line, and then Hatch hits it right at Fitzgerald, who wasn't quite ready, and Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill. Brings the Rebels back to within 7, 17-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels working the rotation, and Mackenzie Smith checks back in to serve. Handful of aces today in the matches against Bear Lake and Preston, and we could use a few more Crawford Trough aces. Meek gets off a good pass, quick set, Fitzgerald hits it, not a lot of power, and it's dug by Smith. Set up, Staples threads the needle, hits it between the defense with a Bear Lake Realty kill. It was dug up to the back wall, and Kendall Staple with the big hit. Gives the Rebels another point. Smith hits down the line. Meek, not a great pass, but it's passed in the air, then slapped across. Tingy, good pass. Cornea high and outside. Staple, the southpaw, back line to Fitzgerald where it's dug. Panther up to the left side. Meek punches down the line. Tingy doesn't get off a great pass, but keeps it in the air. Back row attack from Wallenstein. Clips the net, and instead of rolling over the top, just trampolines back to the Rebel side. And Preston leads 18-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. A player out there for Preston whose number I just cannot see. Did I get Ashlyn Sparks is who it is. Rebels set it up. Staple high and outside, and she hits to the top of the net. Another hitting error for Rich. 19-11. Preston 6 points away from a 3-set sweep of the Rebels in the Silver Bracket Championship. Sparks delivers the serve. Rebels don't get a good pass. They keep it alive, and Burton bumps and passes it over, hits the top of the net, and rolls past Marty Amon to the floor. 19-12. Rebels need at least, I would say, 5 or 6 straight points here to stay alive in this match. Third set is brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Make sure to stay tuned for our post-game show presented by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. We'll recap the entire weekend for both football and volleyball. Taya Peterson serves, and a little not quite enough on it. Service error. 19-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And Sean Bennett is moving in. He's coming, folks. Hey, Sean. Preston serves. Just use all my equipment. Just bring your computer. Yeah, because I'll get everything out of the way. You can use my equipment. Rebels scrambling. Can't get it over. Apologies on the little bit of a break there. 20-12. Make it 21-12. Preston with the lead, knocking on the door of a victory. Sage Meek to serve. And she serves. Tingy passes up front. Cornea sets high and outside. Staple hits down the line and gets it past everybody. 21-13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. JC Cornea serves again. Overpass. Stacy digs. Set by Tingy. Burton hits to the sideline just a bit long and out. 21 to make it 22-13. And this would be an epic comeback if Rich can pull it off. Almond serves for Preston, and a service error. That'll help. 22-14 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Kendall Staple serves and misses way outside. 23-14, service error, the third of the set. Rebels with no aces. Well, Crawford Trough aces in this third set. Our camera tonight is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Visit bearlakerealty.com for any real estate needs you have in the Bear Lake area. Service, Staple receives, passed up front near the net. Rich struggles but passes it over. Meek, almost an overpass, tipped right back, and a carry called against Rich. Set and match point, 24-14. Preston with the lead and just about to finish this one off. Service into the net. That was way short by, can't even see a number. Looks like maybe it was number 8, Larissa. No, it wasn't Knapp. Knapp is a different player, but 24-15. Rebels stay alive for the moment. Need a huge run. Burton serves. Passed up front. Passed again. Hit from the back line by Meek. Burton passes. Good pass. Cornea high and outside. And Stacy hits down the line into the corner. Bear Lake Realty kill for Rich, and the Rebels stay alive. 24-16, set and match point. Burton serves again. Coons passes up into the net, bumped over and out of bounds. 24-17, Rebels still alive. You have time because they'll do a JV first. Timeout on the court. We'll take a quick one as well. Brought to you by T7 Propane and Woodruff on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Rebels serve. Stacy hits to the back line. It was deflected and then passed out of bounds. Rich continues to just stay alive by the skin of their teeth. 24-18. Rebels with 4 straight points, while Preston has match point in this third set. Brought to you by Rich County. Shelby Burton serves, just clears the net. Meek, good pass up front this time. Set high and outside, way outside. Barely kept in. Rebels set it up. Stacy backs up, hits, blocked. Cornea digs in the middle. Hatch hits into the net. Preston wins 25-18 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and Preston with a 3-set sweep of the Rebels. That does it for the weekend for the Rich Rebels. Stay tuned. Our Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show comes up when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Again, Preston wins 25-15, 25-23, and 25-18 in 3 straight on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Many of our customers have trusted Jensen Wood Motors for generations. It's important to all of us here at the dealership we always work for the people. My grandpa was a man of his word, and he passed that tradition on to us. We understand that we're here to serve our customers, and every day we try and do that to the best of our ability. We really appreciate each customer, and we want to make sure that they feel that when they're doing business with us.
Jensen Wood Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Montpelier, Idaho. Winston Churchill said, "No hour of life is wasted that is spent in the saddle." The same is true about education. No hour of life is wasted when learning. Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, understand the value of good education. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, Mountain Valley Cattle Company is proud to support the students at Rich High School in academics and activities. Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
Well, the Rebels finish the weekend 1-4 after they lost to Preston this evening in the Silver Bracket Championship match. Quick post-game recap as we welcome you into the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rebels started off the set pretty well. They got a couple of nice blocks. They were close. In fact, led 10-9, but then a 6-1 run for Preston. And the Indians never looked back, winning the first set 25-15. Set 2 very close. Rich had a late lead 21-20, but Preston outscored the Rebels 5-2 the rest of the way and pulled out the victory 25-23 in set 2. Set 3, it was close early on, but then a 7-0 Preston run put them on top 16-7, and the Indians never looked back, winning 25-18 in the third set for the match victory in 3 straight. And looking back at the rest of the weekend as we recap what the Rebels did, Rich started off the weekend. They were swept by Evanston 25-23, 25-8, and 25-15. And it was a kind of a theme throughout the weekend. They would have a close set, then get blown out. Similar with Mountain View, 25-13, then a close second set, 25-22, 25-13 in set 3. Against Preston, all 3 sets were close that they lost. They also won a set last night, 25-22, for the 15-11 win in set 5 for the 3-2 win over Bear Lake. Rich will get back on the court on Thursday, September 6th at Bear Lake. We'll have it for you right here on KADQ. That's your post-game recap. One more quick break on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We'll have some highlights brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. And then we'll wrap this thing up and call it a night as the Rebels wrap up play at the Cokeville tournament. Stay tuned. More of the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 20 for quality and best practices and critical access. Offering a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. When it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Most of our limits we have in life come from the walls in our own mind. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown, Utah celebrate all students and staff in the Rich School District. Learning and education will help make that wall in your mind shorter, so it is easier to jump over. We encourage every student to reach their full potential through hard work, continued education, and focus.
Go Rich Rebels!
Back on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Coach Stewart told me earlier this week there'd be some a steep learning curve, some bumps and bruises, and some learning and growing opportunities for the Rebels. And we certainly had that this weekend. Swept by Evanston yesterday, swept by Mountain View, and then a 3-1 loss against Preston last night. This morning, a 3-2 win over Bear Lake, and then Rich finishes out the tournament with a 3-0 loss at the hands of Preston. Boy, we had some good, some bright spots, some good Bear Lake Realty kills, Crawford Trough aces. Rich did not finish strong in the ace department in that third set. 3 errors and no aces, but nonetheless, we did have some bright spots and some good things to look forward to as the Rebels continue to play this season. And keep in mind, there will be some tough opponents. They'll play Bear Lake again at Mountain Crest. That'll be a tough one against a 4A Utah team. Manila, ICS, USDB, Tabiona. Duchesne will be a very tough opponent this year, and we'll look forward to the rest of this season. Rich will get back on the court at Bear Lake on September 6th. Our pregame that night will start at 7:10 right here on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. I want to thank all our sponsors, McKay Frankham, the Precision Play of the Game, Bear Lake Realty, the Fan Cam, Pugstone Sporting Goods, Dig of the Game, and of course, post-game show, Mountain Valley Cattle Company. And post-game highlights and stats have been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. That wraps up our post-game show. And let me just mention one more thing real quick. The next Rebel broadcast will be next Friday when the football team plays at Westside. Our pregame starts at 6:15. For tonight's producer, Jordan Bowie, back in the studio. Thanks so much for your time, Jordan. I'm Ryan Steineckert, and we'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with video online at MyLocalRadio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha, Bear Lake Convention and Visitor Bureau, Rocky Mountain Yeti, MyLocalRadio.com, and by Jensen Wood Motors in Montpelier, Idaho. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.
Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jake Hibbert, Bridger Valley Sports Director, Sean Bennett, and production assistants, Jordan Bowie and AJ Lamb. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com. Until the next time, the Rich High volleyball team takes the court.